Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be showing you what I think it's like to become a ghoul. This is just my opinion. Everyone has their own opinions. So yeah, let's jump straight into it. So after you've gone to Hillside Cavern and you've done the Leap of Faith quest, which is where you help out Lehman to see if you wanted to become a ghoul or let him become a ghoul because he's had radiation poisoning and he's gonna die anyway. I didn't want him to die, so of course I wanted to save his life. You just get to go through some dialogue between the two of them. And once that quest is done, you get the option of becoming a ghoul. Now you can ask her a few questions before you make it final, but it's not actually final because you can always revert back. I did this on one of my side characters, not my main, just in case. And now you're adding the ghoulification to your character. And it's telling you can change back at any time, but with a cost after once. Now I said I have a few more questions. And I'm asking what the downside of it is. So she brings up a pros and cons. So there's new perks for the ghoul, new legendary perks. Heal from radiation, use radiation for unique perks and abilities, disease immunity, never get hungry or thirsty, and rads do not reduce your max HP, sorry. Then there's your cons. So select perks are disabled. You must disguise to interact with certain factions. Disguise required to take to talking to a specialist. You get the point. And plus permanent -10 charisma. So there's your pros and cons if you're wondering. So then I tell her I'm ready to become a ghoul. And they pay homage to the TV series, the Fallout series, with the inhaler on the table, which I thought was pretty cool. So that you actually feel like you're kind of like the ghoul character from the show. And don't ask why I'm still in the clowny costume. It's because of my last video that I did with this character. So, yeah, that's why. So once you've taken the inhaler, you're going to go into the radiation chamber, which is actually the launch silo that I found in my last video. So that's what that's used for. And once you get in here, your radiation's going to go way up and you're going to wake up in this room. And you're now officially a ghoul. They give you some stuff to help you out. And that's what my face looks like. You can alter it if you'd want, but I just left it as they had it. Kind of cool. And you've officially discovered Radiant Hills. Now it's going to give you a little blurb about becoming a ghoul, that kind of thing. You can read that on your own if you wanted to pause it. And you get this little outfit that looks just like the other character. Now, I tried to go around Radiant Hills upstairs just to see if anyone would talk to me. And I found this guy over here named Ernie. Ernie is an absolute sweetheart. He is probably one of the friendliest ghouls you'll talk to. And he used to be a farmer before he became a ghoul. And Maddock actually rescued him. You'll find him in just a sec. Kind of a neat little dialogue with him. And he goes, tells you to go check out his flower in the his garden in the back. Some of the flowers actually glow too. You can't pick them up for flux. It's just for show. But pretty neat. And yeah, I just tried to run around, go through all the nooks and crannies that I missed as a human, because you can't really stay over here too long with the rads going up like crazy. So I was just trying to see if I could get anybody to talk to me. The renegades didn't really speak, which I found a little bit disappointing. I figured you'd have some kind of a dialogue with them. There's only a few of the ghouls that actually speak to you. Another renegade that didn't want to talk to me. They just kind of make like a random comment. And then there's regular Debbie. You can go through a dialogue option with her and find out her story of how she came here. I believe she's from the pit. Interesting little story, and you can find out why she's regular Debbie. Next problem I had was the welcome to the neighborhood. The Brotherhood of Steel doesn't... They're against the ghouls, so you need to find a disguise. I couldn't toggle this for the life of me. I don't know if it's just a recent bug or what's going on, but I actually had to manually go and find where Jay was to get this so-called disguise. So you have to come down the elevator if you didn't know. And you'll run into Maddox, sorry, and he'll tell you his story. Not much going on with him, but he asks how you're feeling, that kind of thing, etc. And then you'll see this beauty and spa, which is where Jay is, and you have to ask her for the disguise so that you can blend in with the other factions, because some of the factions won't interact with you. It doesn't cost anything either, but I have a few problems with this disguise, which I'm going to get into. So that's my disguise. Now I can go and talk to the people at Fort Atlas. They don't even know who I am. It's pretty cool, not gonna lie. But I figured you'd be able to take the disguise off when you wanted to, and you can't. As soon as you're inside any of these interiors, you can't take it off. So talk to Knight Shin. He doesn't even notice I'm a ghoul. And you can just carry on as like a regular quest. So it doesn't feel much different. But like I said, you can't take the disguise off. You have to go and talk to Jay to remove it. I tried in another spot outside of the quest line and it still wouldn't let me. So every time you want that disguise off, you have to go and talk to Jay and she'll remove it for you, which I think shouldn't be the case. I feel like you should be able to just take it off whenever you want. I also kind of wanted to see how the factions would deal with me as Ghoul versus with a disguise on. First I'd put my clothes back on here. And we're ready to go. So first I tried Fort Atlas. No, I didn't. I tried Foundations, sorry. And anybody on the outside didn't even care that I was a ghoul. They would just talk to me. This guy, I don't know if he did, but I know the next guy didn't talk to me at all. Or did talk to me. Oh my gosh, I'm getting confused. He did talk to me. Sorry, guys. As if I was a normal human, which I thought was really odd. Because I thought they'd be a bit more like hostile towards me. But it was just a normal conversation. Now we went to Fort Atlas. And just going to the exterior, going to talk to that same person that I was talking to in the beginning, just like it never happened. I'm a ghoul with ghoul face and they didn't even care. So it was interesting. I thought, like I said, I thought they'd be a bit more hostile towards me. You know, maybe start a fight, something. But no, they didn't raise their guns or anything. The only thing is, if you wanted to go to the inside, the interior of Fort Atlas, it won't let you open the door. And it says that the Brotherhood is distrustful of the ghouls. Same with Crater. Crater talked to me like nothing happened on the outside, but you couldn't go into the inside. Especially raiders. Raiders are supposed to be a little bit more hostile, so I assumed that they would attack me. Even coming up to this vendor, you can't even trade with the vendor because you're a ghoul. So, and then that just goes to show you have to go all the way back to get your disguise to come into these places. It just seems like a big pain to me. Let me know your comments on that, guys. So now we're going to talk about the feral meter. I found that you cannot, it's barely noticeable that of the feral meter going down. You can take any drugs you want to bring it back up. So for the odd, which is under 40%, I believe, all the way down to 25%, that's what you'll lose. You'll see it as it changes in just a sec. Goes down to losing it, so you're minus 3% endurance. It's just points that you lose. I thought I don't know, I thought maybe you'd go feral like crazy and start attacking people, or I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. A little disappointing in my opinion. Now we're going to enter a blast zone. Now any kind of radiation will fill your health bar and make you glow. Again, I had issues with the glowing. It didn't let me glow, but you can see my HP bar fill with the glow as I got more and more radiation. And I know you can go and fight like the big boss enemies and you become tankier with the more perk cards. I didn't have a lot of perk cards because this is my lower level, so maybe I could play around with that a bit more. But it just seems like I don't know how to word it. I was a little disappointed with the ghoul effects so far. I might look into it a bit more, obviously, but yeah. And then when you drop down, if you drop down, you take your glow effect off, but it does save you from the impact of falling. And then when you go back outside, your feral meter will fill up again. So this is just from playing for 4 or 5 hours of playing as a ghoul. I might play around with it a bit more as I level it up just to see what the perk cards are doing. Let me know what you guys think of the ghoul update so far. Yeah, that's pretty much it, everybody. Let me know in the comments. Take care, guys. Love y'all.